All right, we're going to go ahead and get started then. Welcome to the Tuesday night Zoom call. Tonight we're going to be talking about how to manage their business while you're really busy with your personal life, which is something that we all struggle with to some degree or another for many different reasons. So give me just a second to set up and we'll get rolling. All right, if you could just nod, can everybody see the screen okay? Okay, awesome. So let me just start out by saying that this presentation is definitely directed toward people who are really building the business or like maybe hobby coaches that are a little bit more involved. So if that's not you, if you're kind of more on like the hobby discount, don't feel intimidated by this whatsoever. This is just directed at that particular crowd. That being said, you guys are the ones who showed up. You guys are the ones who are here. So you all get a high five for that. Like, obviously this is to some degree important to you. And so just the fact that you're present and on this call definitely speaks volumes about that. So keep that in mind as we are going through that, especially these first two slides. These first two slides, they're tough to listen to, they're tough to present, but I think they are pretty vital to your success. So hopefully you can open up your mind and, just kind of maybe look at them from a different perspective than you might usually. So one of the biggest things in this business is that you just got to decide to go for it. Like, I know that's, kind of a hard pill to swallow sometimes and whatnot, but definitely, how do I say this? Like, you got to make the decision to just like, yep, this is something I'm going to do. And it doesn't really matter how I'm going to do it. I will be successful. And, other things in life, definitely this is applicable to too. If you're, an athlete, you got to make the decision to just go for it. You're going to have, late nights, your body's going to be sore, whatever the case might be, but you just got to make a decision. You got to go for it. If you have not read The Compound Effect as your personal development or listened to it, I highly, highly, highly recommend it. Chapter 2 in particular is one of my favorites. It's really just about taking responsibility for everything in your life and, not pointing fingers as to why things aren't working out, but, really reflecting back on yourself and what you can do to make your life be the way that you want it to be. Another thing that I think is really important too is, this really, really, really changed for me. I noticed that when I decided to change my language from, I don't have time to do that, to I didn't make or prioritize time to do that. So that's not wrong. Like, if you choose not to, invite somebody for tonight because you're, taking care of your kid, that's not a bad thing. You prioritize your child above this, and that is okay. So I don't want you to take that, the wrong way. But definitely, keep that in mind that we do all have the same 24 hours and we all have different obstacles in life. Some of them, some of us take the bus to work, so the commute's extra long. Some of us have to go pick up our kid from daycare on the way home, so that takes up time. But at the end of the day, it is what you decide to make of your 24 hours. This is really important. If you guys have not established your why, like, why are you doing this? Why are you, pursuing this business through all the rejection or through the family thinking that it's some scam and whatnot? You have to have a really strong why. Like, is it your child? Are you hoping to build this business so that you can stay home and not go back to work? Is it because you want to pay off your parents' house? Is, whatever that case might be, you need to revisit your why all the time. That being said, it definitely is going to take some sacrifice. So I really like this quote on the left. Sacrifice is the act of giving up something valued. So note the valued part, for the sake of something else regarded as more important or worthy. So, like, for me, that would be something valued right now is sleep. And so maybe if I want to give this a go or really, be successful in this business, I value sleep right now, but I might have to give that up in order to hit my big goal at the end. So that's just an example. By now, this is not a get rich quick scheme, because I don't think any of you guys are millionaires in the last couple of months just from working Beachbody. So definitely know that it does take work and it does take a little bit of sacrifice. Again, just like anything else in life. So now that the tough love stuff is over, I kind of want to give you guys some techniques on how to do that, given your really busy life, after you make the decision to just go for it, and after you really understand that there is some sacrifice involved. So just want to revisit the 3 vital behaviors that you guys have heard over and over and over and over again. But they are vital, which is in the title, because in order to be successful, this is just kind of what you have to do and what all of the top coaches have done. So you guys know this, you've been through training and whatnot, but be proof that the product works. So that means drinking your Shakeology, and that means doing your workouts. And it doesn't necessarily mean, posting your bag of Shakeology online or whatever, but, post a picture of you doing your workout. You're not trying to, be super salesy. You're trying to share yourself on social media, and sharing you using the product is definitely a way to do that. Personal development. This is huge. And for me, the first thing to hit the back burner when life gets crazy, but you have to make it part of something you do every single day. So pick up a book, listen to a podcast. I have a list that I didn't put in the slideshow because it was really, really small, but I'll post it in our big group of, podcasts or whatever, if you want to check that out. If you don't have time to sit down and read 10 pages a day, I don't blame you. So I will definitely post that later. But personal development is so key. And the cool thing about personal development is that once you really get into it, you're going to see like it reflects differently in many different aspects of your life. Like you're going to notice that things at work go a little bit smoother, or you just kind of look at life a little bit differently, and things outside of Beachbody. So personal development is awesome for this business, but also outside of it as well. And the third one is invite. So you guys know that you have to be inviting people, particularly on the side, and personally more so than just posting publicly, but definitely be inviting to the opportunity, whether it's as a customer or a coach. So 3 vital behaviors. Managing your time. That's really what this all comes down to, right? Again, you guys are here because you're busy and you wanna learn how to maybe work the business at the same time. So this is like the most important slide. If you take nothing else away from this whole thing, hang on to this. Have a conversation with your spouse, family, boyfriend, whoever, roommate, about your business hours, and then set them. So make them be concrete. If you have team calls, like especially Thursday night, those ones are so important. Or if your kids have soccer practice or whatever the case may be, like obviously factor those in, but sit down with your family and let them know, be like, hey, from 8 to 9 on Monday and Wednesday, I'm working. So can you hang on to the baby? Can you just let me be, basically? And then this is the really, 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 really tough part, is that you have to honor that. And that goes both ways. So if your business hours are up and your post isn't done yet, you got to stop. You can't, you got to walk away and get back to your family, because ultimately that is, the most important thing, hopefully, in your life. So definitely honor that. But then on the flip side too, like when it's time for you to sit down and work, and, you got other stuff going on, like honor that too, and save the vacuuming until later, and sit down and work. So definitely be thinking about that. And again, it's just a lot easier if it's something that you can sit down and speak to your family about, so that you guys are all on the same page. Force yourself to be organized by using lists. So the Power of Threes and the Power Hour are 2 of my favorite. We don't expect you to like write all this down right now, because again, both of these are posted in our team page. But I love both of these. If you only have an hour a day, or an hour every other day, or even an hour a week, like sit down and do this Power Hour. Go through this list in this order to get done what you need to get done. I don't know if any of you guys follow Shay Phillips at all. She's one of Brittany's diamonds, and she built her business working full time, like, and not just like 40 hours a week, like 70 hours a week or something crazy like that, with a commute. And she sat down and did 1 Power Hour every single day. She built her business to diamond and ended up making twice as much as her corporate America job, and walked away, I think, in like March. So it can be done if you sit down and focus and do it. Just, again, make it happen. If that's something that you want and that's one of your goals. The Power of Threes tracker I really, really, really like, because it's more of like an inviting tool for maybe some of you who need a little extra help with that. Again, same thing. It's just going to help you get done these main activities that you need to get done. And both of them are posted in our family page. If you want me to tag you in those, just let me know. Or make your own. That's the other thing too. If you have, obviously stick to something like this, but if you have your own system that works for you, then go for it. But definitely have some sort of to-do list. Okay, this is really, really important too, kind of tied in with the last slide. And I struggle with this still. You gotta stop the scroll. I mean, a lot of what we do is on social media, and it is so easy just to get sucked into everything. So don't sit there and scroll. It's hard. It's really, really hard. But when you're working, don't click on your notifications. Just let them pop up, and you can catch up with them later. And if at all possible, avoid your homepage. So I know you need to go back to it sometimes just to click on your groups and whatnot, but that is definitely a huge time sucker. All of a sudden, 20 minutes later, you look up and you're like, oh, I did nothing, but I liked 800 things because I was just sitting there scrolling. So keep that in mind. Have enough self-control to just, stop the scroll for the hour that you're going to be working. Another thing that you can do to manage your time is just be really creative with how you're utilizing it. So we talked about personal development earlier. We all don't have time or choose, don't make time or whatever to sit down and read personal development every day, but listen to it in the car on your commute to work, or throw it on while you're in the shower kind of thing. Make your posts on the weekend. So if you make really, thought out wording and, a nice graphic and stuff on, make a couple of them on Sunday so that when you're really busy on Tuesday, you don't have time to do it, you have it saved and you can just go ahead and pop it open, post it, and then you're done for the day. Definitely, this is something I started doing. I don't talk to you guys enough about visualization. I'm not sure if your coaches maybe do a better job of that. But, find a place to do your visualization in something that you do every single day, whether it's while you're doing the dishes or in the shower or whatever the case might be. Again, just be creative with how you're going to use your time. And then we can brainstorm about other stuff at the end of this. We're almost through. Lastly, this I think is really important, is to really just tap into the team. This is one of the most fun parts of this business, is that you can find so many other people that you can relate to or that are just like you. But if you don't, tap in, if you're not present in the groups, if you don't show up on calls like that, those opportunities really aren't going to arise. But, you can find other people that are in the similar spot as you. There's lots and lots of different variety of people on this team. So other moms, young professionals, people who run, artists, DIYers, chocolate lovers, dog lovers, whatever the case might be. I mean, some of my closest friends that sit and text, talk to every single day are on this team that I met through Dynasty United and Beachbody. So I think that's really cool. And tapping into that also helps. I also really like to think of it as when you get people to participate in your challenge groups, one of the things that we obviously promote is the accountability that a challenge group provides for other people. So look at yourself as a coach challenger. Make friends with other people on this team that are doing this thing with you, because they're going through the same obstacles. They have unsupportive husbands that don't get it. They have kids that are busy. They're going to miss a team call, and you can use that. You can use that support from something that they're going through, and recognize that you're not doing it yourself. So really, really tapping into the team, I think, is something that gets overlooked a little bit, and it's really important. And it's one of the most fun parts. So definitely something that you want to consider doing if maybe that hasn't been a priority for you recently. And then I could not find the statistics on this, but I know Brittany has shared them before, that people who do tap in are more successful. And you can measure success in a whole number of ways. It's helping people or at higher income or whatever the case might be. But keep that in mind too, as you're, choosing to chat with people and whatnot too, that just getting involved, kind of like anything. Everyone's like, oh, get involved. It's true though. So make that a priority, after your million other things, if that's something that you want to happen. So that is the end of what I have for you. I'm going to stop my screen share and open up discussion. We have about 10 minutes left before we get cut off. So if you guys have any questions, I know I've got a couple of newer coaches on the call, so we can talk about this stuff. We can talk about, just general information, whatever you guys want to chit chat about. So let me unmute you guys. Whenever you're ready. Or if you don't have anything to talk about, that's cool too. Have you guys all gone through coach training yet?
A little.
A little bit of, are you in it right now?
Yeah.
Okay. With Jackie, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then Erin, I know you did a while ago, right? Like a couple months ago, probably before baby. Okay.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
Okay. Jasmine, has Jamie talked to you about coach training at all? Is that something you're interested in? I don't know if her volume is off or whatnot. So, does anyone have any general questions, like, you know, Team Cup or things that have gone really well this week or this month that you want to share with us? Or...
I'm running a challenge group with Jackie.
Great.
And I'm enjoying it. And I found out that I really like to do videos.
Oh, that's awesome. So what, like, have you guys been doing like what, for your assignments, you mean, or just like contests, or what kind of videos have you found that you like doing?
For the assignments.
Okay.
I really do, because I tend to take too much information, so I can talk and it goes much smoother.
Gotcha. Yeah, I definitely know what you mean. Sometimes it's just like you can write out a huge paragraph, but if you just make a quick 1.5-minute video, I definitely know what you mean. It's harder for me too. That's awesome. Have you talked to Jackie at all about, like, you know, maybe starting a YouTube channel at all?
Oh, what was that? I couldn't hear you.
Have you talked to Jackie at all about maybe starting a YouTube channel?
No, I haven't.
Okay. I mean, I would just say maybe, you know, don't put too much on your plate at this point. I know you're really busy with like your salon and everything too. And obviously your first challenge group is like a big deal. So that's really fantastic. You know, you're doing that. But I really like that you found that you like video. I think that, I mean, and even just hearing you speak a little bit right now, I can definitely like see that you present well, and that you know, you're not like whatever. So maybe down the road, I just said starting like a YouTube channel would be something that you could use as a second platform. So just something to consider as you grow your business.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I actually started the new Shanti workout and actually invited 2 other spouses that's in my neighborhood over to work out with daily, so they can actually get familiar with it. Nice. So they can actually think about becoming coaches, because I'm not one of those people to pressure anybody to do anything.
Right. Yeah, for sure. I hope that none of us are like that. But yes, I know exactly what you're saying. So they live in your neighborhood, you said?
They live in my neighborhood. There's actually 2 other boat team spouses.
Oh, nice. That's cool. Is it size, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, so then you guys probably sit there and laugh at each other too, which really makes it.
Well, they kind of get intimidated, because then they can actually see that I used to cheer in college.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But my problem is actually having people follow through with signing up to be a coach. Because I'll get them really interested in it. They'll actually come to do workouts at the house, because I believe in doing that first, versus just, hey, sign up.
Right.
So they can actually know what they're getting themselves into. But they just never follow through with it at all. Like, we'll do the workouts. I'll talk to them about it. I actually go through my pages with them to actually show them, yes, Beachbody gives you the tools to actually help grow your business. You don't have to do it as a business. You can do it as a hobby, or do it as something on the side to keep busy, like when your kids are at school, or when, in our case, our husbands are away.
Right.
But they never seem to like grasp onto the idea.
to jump on it. I'm wondering maybe, okay, so obviously the in-person stuff I think is super powerful. I think that a lot of us overlook that. So high five, that's really, really awesome. I'm wondering if you could like send them like some sort of, let me see if I can help find one, like a video though of like what it actually is to coach. And I know that you know sat down and like explained it, but sometimes if they just get like hear it from somebody else or maybe like another person on the team, realize that oh, Jasmine's not the only crazy person doing this. There's other people out there doing it too. That might kind of just help them understand. And I can talk to Jamie too, and we can help find maybe a good one for you just to kind of like give them that extra push, sort of thing. Because I know when it comes to like challenge packs and stuff, I find it works out really, really well instead of just talking to them about like, oh, Chalene Extreme is weights and T25 is cardio. If I actually send them like videos and they can kind of like, feel the vibe for the workout video and get a feel for it, that helps a lot. So it's kind of that same concept. Let me write that down so I don't forget.
Johanna, stop. I'm sorry, guys.
No, you're totally okay. So Jasmine video.
Do you need to ask a question since you're in the camera? Ask your question then.
How often have you been chatting with them? Or like how often do they come over to
Oh, stop. Like every other day during the week, and it really depends on what time I get home. Because we've actually started doing it last week, and then I got sick. Don't want to stop.
Okay, that's awesome though. That every other is a pretty big commitment, so that's pretty cool that they're.
And that's only during the week. During the weekends, I don't mess with anybody because that's their time with their families.
Yeah, I got
That's
you.
something I just believe in, not messing with anybody on.
Yeah.
Don't want to stop it. No ma'am. No ma'am. No ham.
Okay. Yeah, I will definitely. And I'll brainstorm a little bit on that too. I think we've all run into that problem at some point, just like getting that final commitment kind of thing. So you're not alone.
Okay, I'm going to have to go because she's actually...
That's totally fine. So glad that you joined us. We'll chat with you soon.
Okay. So stop. Come back here. Bye.
Hi.
Hi.
Erin, do you have anything you want to chat about at all? Don't feel like you have to. What's that?
So not that I can think of at the moment.
Yeah, don't feel like you have to. I just don't want to overlook you there. So, let's see here.
I do have one question.
Yeah, go for it.
One of my challengers is a good friend of mine, and she bought like the cookbook and the E&E, but she didn't. She's doing it on the payment plan.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't sign up for the website.
Okay.
So of course I'm not going to get credit.
Uh-huh.
So how do I go and ask her? Can you please,
Okay, this is really tricky. I actually just dealt with this last month. So, unfortunately, okay, so how it works is she has to, you can transfer her over to you as a customer for future purchases. So that's the good news. Okay, the bad news is for her actual purchase right now, she has to pay it off, I think, what is it? In 30 days or less, which is shorter than the payment plan. Because I think their payment plan is once a month or whatever for 3 months, I think is how that works. So if she would have to take the initiative herself and get it off within 30 days, and then you can get credit for it. So unfortunately, unless you feel like pushing that issue, probably isn't going to happen for this purchase. However, you can switch her over using the order number for any future purchases. So kind of how it's set up. So there's Beachbody, which is like infomercials, the online stuff when people sign that way. And then there's Team Beachbody, which is us, the coaches and whatnot. So it's the same company. They sell the same products, but it's kind of like two separate businesses, if that makes any sense. So when people buy from the infomercials and they use a payment plan kind of thing, they are Beachbody customers versus Team Beachbody customers. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so again, they can jump over and whatnot, but unless you ask her to pay it off within, I think it's 30 days.
It is, yeah, it's 30 days.
Yeah. So I actually, like I said, I had the exact same thing last month. He ended up choosing not to, but that's okay. I moved him over for any, future purchases and whatnot. So you're not alone.
She used my number, so at least she's going to be under me, but, what are you going to do?
Yeah, it'll happen. I mean, sometimes that happens. Personally, I would just maintain the relationship and not really push it, but totally your prerogative, obviously. So.
Awesome.
Let's see. Anything else you guys want to chat about at all?
I'm good.
All right. Well, enjoy the rest of your night with your families or whatever you might be working or whatever you might be doing. We'll chat soon. I'm going to stop recording.